Dear students, I hope you are able to hear my voice clearly and see the screen that I am sharing. Can you please give me the confirmation so that we can proceed?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Uh, First of all, I welcome you to this online counseling session being organized by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad. This is a class of BA English, and today in this counseling session, we will be dealing with the paper that is paper code 506. Now the title of the paper is English Drama. On the screen, I am sharing with you uh, is a table of content of this course that is English Drama. First of all, we'll try to understand what are the different topics that we are going to see, study in this course. Now, let me tell you that the Ambedkar University syllabus has a definite structure. The course is divided into different blocks, and each block is thematically organized and contains a number of units. So for this course, that is English Drama, there are as many as 15 units. And all these 15 units or 15 different broader topics have been divided into 5 blocks. So in the very first block, that is understanding drama, we will look at the origin, development, and forms of drama. In the second unit, we have elements of drama. So this block, that is understanding drama, has 2 units, and each unit is trying to give us a brief yet necessary background of the overall course and one genre, that is drama, with respect to uh, British or English. And then we also have elements of drama. That is, what are the different components within a drama that makes it a unique or a different form, that is drama. So these are some basic concepts that are introduced in the first block. Now coming to second block, which is titled as Renaissance to Restoration. Now we have these two different term or terminologies which are related to different phases of development of drama, or we can also understand it as different uh, political, socio-political stages that can be seen in the history of English literature. So Renaissance is a particular period in the British history, and there are a number of things that have appeared in that phase, including literature. And so is the case of restoration. So restoration is also a period in English history, and within these two different periods, unique and distinct characteristics have appeared, and as a result, a whole period is associated or named Renaissance and Restoration. So we will quickly, with a specific reference to English drama, look at how this period influenced drama, or how drama as a genre, as a form of literature, developed and performed within these two, between these two periods. So in this block, we have 3 units. As you can see, unit number 3, 4, and 5. Unit 3 will introduce or give a brief overview of these two periods, or periods between Renaissance to Restoration. And then after that, we'll go to William Shakespeare and study his important play, Macbeth. And in doing so, we will also see and understand how Macbeth is a representative drama belonging to Renaissance period. Similarly, we have Unit 5, which is again a text, that is a drama, The Rivals, written by Richard Sheridan. So this Richard Sheridan's play, The Rivals, belongs to the Restoration period. And in our study, we will also understand how this play represent restoration. What are those characteristics? What are those values which are typical of a restoration period? That Sheridan tried to represent or tried to show through his drama, The Rivals. Then we will move on to block 3 in this course, which is titled Modern English Drama. As you see, it is modern period. So that's why the drama of this period, the English drama of this period, is called modern English drama. Like modern English literature, modern period, right? Modern novel. So all those forms of literature are associated with the period modern. So in this case, in our case, in the case of this course, modern English drama, we are going to study under this block 3 different units: Introduction to Modern Drama, and then 2 different texts. One by George Bernard Shaw, that is Pygmalion, and the other is Henrik Ibsen's A Doll's House. Both are very popular plays, often prescribed in the syllabi of different universities and colleges as symbolic texts of modern period or modern English drama. After that, we'll move on to block 4 in this course, where we will study American and African drama. Now you see, until modern period, we have a typical
categorization and British classification of the literature corresponding to its history. Now from block 4, you will see that other nationalities literature, especially drama, is introduced. So that is why we have American and African drama in block 4. So within this block, again, we have 3 units. The first unit will give you an overview, a background of American drama. Why American drama is a separate category within drama, and what are those different characteristics which make American drama a unique or different from other national, drama like British drama, Australian drama, right, Canadian drama, and so on and so forth. After that overview, there are two texts with reference to American drama that we are going to study. The first one is Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, a very popular play. And then we have Wole Soyinka's Conky's Harvest. We will study these two texts from critical point of view and understand how these two texts represent characteristics which are typical of American drama, apart from general structure and other things. The last block, that is Indian drama in English and English translation, which means the drama written by Indians in English language, or it is available in English translation, might have been written in any of the original languages of India. So in this block, there are 4 units. The first unit will introduce Indian drama in English, variety of its characteristics, features, and how and why it is a distinct category in literature. After that, there is one drama written by Girish Karnad, Hayavadana, that we are going to study in depth. Under unit 14, Introduction to Indian Drama in Translation, again, our attempt would be to look for variety of popular plays written by Indians in regional languages. And after that brief overview, there's one drama that we are going to take up for detailed study, is Mohan Rakesh's One Day in Ashada. So, dear students, this is a brief overview of the whole course, that is English drama, that I tried to present before you. Let me quickly go back to this table of contents in your self-learning material, which the university provided you upon taking admission into 5th semester. And this course, that is English drama, has 5 blocks spread across 15 different units, starting from origin and forms of drama and elements of drama to Indian drama in translation. The reason that I have attempted to explain to you in a brief way the whole syllabus is because when we study a course, we need to have an outline before us of the whole syllabus. It will help us understand things in totality, because all these units, all these topics are related to each other. And It will help us understand the whole course clearly. Now, with this explanation of the table of content and different topics within your course, I would like to move on and begin today's discussion or today's session with the origin, forms of drama, and then elements of drama. Before I proceed to this first block, that is understanding drama, I would quickly want to know whether you have any suggestion, feedback, or comments about this course, about the different topics that we are going to cover in this course. I'll take one or two comments and questions from you, and then we will move to the actual topics and discuss them in detail. Any question or any feedback from your end? I hope you are able to follow my explanation. I hope you are able to see the screen as well as hear me. Okay, thank you so much. I think I am audible clearly, as well as you are able to see the screen that I am sharing. Well, now let us start our actual discussion for today. The first thing that comes to our mind is, what is drama? You may be aware of it already, that literature is divided into different categories, that is different forms. We have poetry, we have drama, we have fiction, we have prose, non-fiction, and within these forms we have so many other subforms or subgenres. So drama, if we survey literature, its production and its use, we realize that one of the earliest forms of literature is drama, just like poetry. Poetry and drama have been oldest forms of literature. The origin of drama could be traced back to ancient Greece around 5th century BCE. Historians, especially literary historians, trace the origin of drama back to religious rituals performed in honor of Greek gods. If we look at India, in India we have a civilization as old as 4,000 and 5,000 years. And if you recall that you might have listened to a variety of and watched variety of performance, especially during different festivals and jataras. Those performances in the form of burra kathas, right, or like performances based on Ramayana, Mahabharata. Those are forms in which earliest dramas were uh, performed. Similarly, in the Greek culture and later in Roman culture, such kind of performances were usual and recurring. The way in India we have performances based on Mahabharata and Ramayana, at least on few occasions every year. Similarly, in Greek culture and later in Roman culture also, and then in Christian culture also, especially British, the dramas were used as a tool to teach people important principles, goodness, and revisit some historical events through dramatic narration. So it is safe and clear to state that the theoretical foundation of drama was laid by Aristotle in his work Poetics, which means though people were watching dramas, they don't know it the form as drama that we know in modern times. This classification of literature into drama, poetry, and all these are modern nomenclature, modern terminologies. But it was Aristotle who, in his book Poetics, talks about drama and different forms and elements of drama. Okay, and when it comes to Roman, they actually adopted the Greek drama and enhanced it in some way. Some of the notable names in Roman culture and notable Roman dramatists were Seneca, who later influenced English tragedy, and similarly in Greek culture there were some notable dramatists, Sophocles, Euripides, right? Now from Greek to Roman, the drama moved to medieval period, medieval English period. It re-emerged in Europe during the Middle Ages through church. As I told you, the earliest known performances were rooted in religious rituals in Greek. Then the same thing moved on to Romans, and Roman also continued that. And after that, when it moved to medieval England, there it was church which made use of drama and dramatic performances for teaching purposes, the teaching of ethics, morality, and others. So, in English history, in English literature, the drama that developed and the drama that was promoted through church had three different forms. Some kind of plays, some type of plays are called mystery plays. Mystery plays were plays based on biblical stories. Let me clarify this. So far, we have been using drama and play often and interchangeably. Let me tell you, a play is a written script for drama. A play is a written script for drama, whereas drama is a performance. Drama is basically a performance of that play. Okay. Well, so the earliest dramas that were popular during Middle Ages in English had three different types: mystery plays, which were based on biblical stories; then miracle plays, which were based on lives of saints; and morality plays, which were based on moral struggle, abstract moral struggle. Right. From there, the drama moved to Renaissance period, and Elizabethan period. It is said that the Renaissance in England marked the golden age of English drama. The Renaissance period uh, marked the golden age of English drama. The drama moved from religious to secular and human-centered themes. As I told you, prior to Renaissance, prior to the Elizabethan period, plays which were performed during Middle Ages in England and Britain were either based on biblical stories or based on lives of saints or based on moral struggles and abstract concepts. That has drastically changed as the drama moved from medieval period to Renaissance. And that is why a lot of sophistication, a lot of development happened to drama as a genre in the Renaissance period and Elizabethan period. And we all know this is the period where the drama was in the hands of none other than William Shakespeare. So, a great deal of experimentation, improvement to the form of literature drama had happened at the hands of William Shakespeare. And that is why the whole age, the Elizabethan period, the Renaissance period, is also associated with the name that is Shakespeare. There were other people also who were worth mentioning with reference to Renaissance and Elizabethan drama. They are Christopher Marlowe, Ben Jonson, and many other. Yes, from Renaissance and Elizabethan drama, now I think we should move to talk about forms of English drama and elements of drama. Before we move to forms of drama, I'll take up elements of drama. Like any piece of or form of literature, there are different constituting elements or parts. As drama is a performative literary form in which meaning is conveyed through action, dialogue, and visual representation. So, the form that is drama has a few important characteristics and important elements basically. Those we usually call elements of drama. And I told you that Greek philosopher Aristotle tried to theorize or lay theoretical foundations of drama as a form of literature and drama as a genre. According to Aristotle, there are six different elements, right? Six, seven different elements. What are those elements? And what does each element mean? And what each of the element, what role each and of the element play in the development of drama? That we are going to quickly, understand. Now, as I told you, there are six to seven different, important elements in a drama. The first one is plot. P-L-O-T, plot. What does plot mean? In the context of drama, plot refers to the structured sequence of events in a play. That is, in any story, whether it is in dramatic form or in any other form, there are events. So different scenes and different events are structured in certain order. So that sequencing or structuring of those events is called plot. Now it is the backbone of drama. Plot is the backbone of drama. It shows how incidents are logically and causally connected. So in the arrangement of different events in a story, there has to be some logical connection. And there has to be a cause and effect kind of relation between events. So this structuring logically and causally is nothing but plot. And Aristotle considered the plot most important element of drama. Right? Now within plot there are some sub-elements, that is exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, or denouement, the conclusion. Now, what is exposition? Exposition is the introduction of characters and situation. What is rising action? Development of conflict. What is climax? It's a turning point in the story. What is falling action? It is the consequences of climax. What is resolution or denouement? It's nothing but the conclusion of the story. So these are five different elements or components of plot. Remember, we are talking about elements of drama. Among 6 to 7 different elements, the first one we have brought into discussion, that is plot. Excuse me. Now we will move to the second element of drama, that is character. Now, you know that we are a nation that produces hundreds of films every year. in different languages, starting from Hindi, Urdu to Telugu, Malayalam, Bhojpuri, a lot of different languages in which we produce movies. Excuse me. Each movie has character, so it is easy for you to guess what does character mean. Characters are the agents who carry out the action. So in a story, in a drama, the action is carried out by characters. And in doing so, they also reveal the plot through speech and action. One of the greatest things about Shakespeare is that he was the master of characterization, which means he created characters so rich, so varied, so powerful that they are universal in nature. The character he created some 400-500 years ago, after 400-500 years also, when you read any of Shakespeare's play, you will find at least one example in your own life of a person resembling that character. So that is the universal appeal that I'm talking about, which makes Shakespeare the master of characterization. Well, within character, there are different types. The way we understood components of a plot, we'll also look at some of the types of the character within this second element of drama, that is character. Now, what are those different types of character that we usually see in literature? So we have protagonist, that is the central character, main character. You can call it hero or heroine. Then you have antagonist, right? The one who is opposed or a rival to protagonist hero. We call it a villain in cinematic language. Then there are major and minor characters. Then you have flat character, round characters. Then you have static character and dynamic character. So these are different types of character. In your free time, you can read more about, explore more about these different types of characters. So our point here is character is the second important element of a drama. Now the third one is dialogue. Dialogue is the spoken language of a drama. Dialogue is the spoken language of drama. So what does dialogue do in the drama or in the play? It advances the plot, it reveals characters, it reveals emotions and theme. So it is through words. It is through words coming out of the mouth of the characters that we are knowing about the plot, the characters themselves, or other characters in the story, their emotions, and overall theme of the play. Unlike poetry or fiction, drama depends almost entirely on dialogue. So there is no background commentary like we find in short stories and novels. The whole story moves forward through conversation, through dialogue between different characters. This is the most unique feature of drama. Then there are different forms of dialogues also. monologue where one person is talking. Then there is a conversation which is between two or more people. Then there is aside, there is Sadilaki. So these are different forms of a dialogue. The fourth important element of drama is conflict. Conflict is a struggle or tension that drives the dramatic action. Without conflict, drama loses momentum. So, drama requires conflict as a force that pulls the action forward. So, I'll give you some examples of major types of conflict. Like, for example, man versus society, or man versus fate or nature, right? Or right versus wrong. So, this kind of dichotomy we find in drama and in other forms of literature, which drives the whole plot forward, the whole story forward. This conflict is the driving force basically in the drama. Now, the fifth important element of drama is theme. Theme is the central idea or underlying message of the play. What it does, it reflects moral, social, political, or philosophical concerns within the story. For example, there are some common dramatic themes, like in the world of cinema, many movies have love and marriage as a theme. Similarly, dramas, novels, short stories will also have love and marriage as theme. Or power and ambition could be a theme. Or good versus evil could be a theme. Identity and self-discovery could be a theme. Social justice could be a theme. Right. So basically, theme is a central idea or underlying message of the play. And in case of fiction, of short story or novel. Now we have sixth important element, that is setting. Setting refers to time and place of the dramatic action. That is, at what time and at what place the story is taking place. Now, time here doesn't necessarily mean 3 past 30. It may mean a period, a year, right? A decade, a century. It could be anything. Like some stories are based in 1947. Some story could be, pre-partition story, could be a post-partition story, or post-liberalization of Indian economy story. So time could be anything, not just time of the clock. And then place is where the story is taking place. It could be a rural village, it could be a New York City, it could be an asylum, it could be a hospital where the story is taking place. So there are two important things within setting, that is time and place. The sixth important element is spectacle. What is spectacle? Spectacles include the visual and sensory aspects of drama. So people come to watch drama. The way we go and watch movies, people used to go and watch the performance, see the performance. So what they see here on the stage is nothing but spectacle. It includes the stage design, costumes, lighting, props, sound effects, and all those things. So that is what is called spectacle. But Aristotle ranked this spectacle as the least literary element. We know in the world of modern cinema, this is the most important. Right? Half of the movie is enhanced or improved using VFX. Nothing but spectacle. You couldn't have made movie Avatar without background effects. I think no modern movie, which especially in last 10 years, could have been completely possible without VFX. So VFX is a technology which helps in post editing of the films and enhances this spectacle. Right. There are other least important elements. Right. The most important elements of a drama, I think I have tried to cover. Now after this, I think we can move on to talk about some forms of English drama. So far, we were talking about elements of drama, right? We have plot, character, dialogue, setting, right? Spectacle, and etc. as different elements of a drama, which means a drama is incomplete without these elements. Now let's move on to forms of drama, or forms of especially English drama. Now, as I told you, in medieval ages in England, when dramas were performed for religious purposes, there were clearly three different forms that were existing: morality, miracle, and mystery. Right? Mystery based on biblical stories, miracle based on lives of saints, morality based on abstract concept of good and bad. Right? In modern times, especially from Shakespeare onwards, there are different forms that have come up. The earliest known form of drama was a tragedy, right, which could be seen in Greek as well as Roman traditions, that continued in English tradition also. So what is tragedy? A tragedy is a serious drama or a serious play dealing with human suffering and downfall. A tragedy is all about human suffering and downfall. Now, there are some features in a tragedy. Like tragedy will usually have a protagonist who has a tragic flaw, which is called hamartia, and then there is catastrophe, right, which leads to, that is, downfall and end. So it could be loss of fortune, it could be death, that catastrophe could be of anything. And this downfall, this destruction, right, or death happens because of a one particular weakness, and that weakness is called hamartia, right, or tragic flaw. Because of that flaw, that noble character, that protagonist, that hero finally dies or loses his fortune or reputation. Okay, we have some examples like Hamlet, Macbeth, Dr. Faustus. So many examples of our uh, examples are there of tragic play or tragedies. Then second form of a drama is comedy. The comedy deals with human follies and social issues in a humorous way. Comedy, humor, right? We know that we as human beings have a lot of weaknesses when it comes to speaking, writing, observing, so many things. And the way we express our experiences, our emotions, there also we tend to do silly mistakes, and those mistakes, right, results in humor. Okay? So comedy usually as a form of drama ends in reconciliation or marriage. Comedy could be romantic comedy, comedy of manners, satirical comedy, right? Different types within comedy. We have examples in Twelfth Night, right, or Volpone. A lot of comedies are there. Then there is one specific type of form of drama that is called tragicomedy. Now this is popularized by Shakespeare, which means this kind of play, which is a tragicomedy, carries features of a tragedy as well as comedy. So that's why it's called tragicomedy, and this is one of the popular forms in the Renaissance period or the period of Shakespeare, because Shakespeare is one who notably contributed to this form of drama, that is tragic comedy. And then you also have history plays, again famously written by Shakespeare. These plays are based on history or historical events or figures, right? And then there is one more form, that is modern drama, developed in 19th and 20th centuries. Uh, some of the important features of a modern drama is it's actually based on realism, right? Uh, it talks about social problems, right? Has some psychological aspect also. And when it comes to modern drama, especially in the English world, we have George Bernard Shaw, T.S. Eliot, Samuel Beckett, some of the known names when it comes to modern drama, including Henrik Ibsen, whose play A Doll's House we are going to study in this course. Okay, so students, I think in this class today, in the very first class today, counseling class today, we have talked about drama, its origin, and then we moved on to talk about different elements of drama, and then we have taken up uh, forms of drama, and with examples we have tried to understand these things. And in the next class, hopefully we'll start unit 2. After this background overview, we'll move on to uh, that block 2, which is about Renaissance to restoration. So in the next class, after a brief introduction of Renaissance period and restoration period, we'll try to take up Shakespeare's Macbeth and Sheridan's The Rivals. But before we move to Macbeth, I request you to go through this play written by Shakespeare in your free time. If you don't get much time, still there are different ways in which you can quickly read the story outline of this play Macbeth. So at least do that so that we can have a healthy discussion, and you may ask questions related to it. So thank you so much for joining this counseling session on English drama, and this online class being organized by Dr. B.R. Open or Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. Thank you so much. See you in the next class.